It's time to go racing. Clutches are out. Fong with a great launch. So Fong looks like he's going to take over. And Hayden, for a moment I thought he was going to be swallowed up there by Richie Escalante, who got inside that curbing.
It's a great start from Bobby Fong, exactly what he needed to do. Now we're going to be able to see where Hayden's making up time or not making up time from qualifying this morning. Hayden Gillim is tucked in behind, and it looks like he's going to try to make a dive up the inside, Greg, as they go into turn. Wow!
That was so tight!
Yep.
Bobby Fong moved wide, but he's able to continue on, so Hayden Gillim forces the issue, and he'll take over the lead.
And we've seen that from Hayden before.
Number 40 SDK out of Miami, Florida, being chased around by the 54 Escalante out of Mexico City, Mexico. These two riders have definitely had some good podium battles. And it's who we talk about when we talk about third place finishes, second place finishes. Today's not the day, unless Hayden Gillim and Fong have a big problem. Doesn't look like it's going to be the day for the top of the podium for Sean Dillon Kelly and Escalante. But both young riders, both learning every time they get out on this track. And Jay, we talked about it. We only got on track this morning.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge learning curve of not only how to ride this track, but because what, Jay? What would you say? 60% of this track has been ridden on. We've been riding on it for years here in MotoAmerica.
Yes. Behind or whatever. You see Josh Hayes getting in a little bit sideways. That's where Bryce Prince was able to make the move on him in between turns 6 and 7. Looked like Josh's bike was just backed in enough to where he didn't have the confidence to just kind of throw it in there, G-Dub, to make that pass. So it'll be interesting to see where that's going to be. Here's a good look at both riders come through our last corner.
Look at that suspension work, and it looks very good and sorted out for the M4 X-Star Suzuki team. Bobby Fong looking very relaxed in our high-speed slow-mo shot.
Bobby's next real shot, Greg, has to be 3 corners from the end. I believe it's turn 13. He's close down through here, really solid down through there is Bobby, but he's got to get a really good run out of this next left-hander, and then he might be able to do something with Hayden as he comes out of this left. Let's see if he gets a good enough drive. They're both out on the curbing, Greg, but it's just too much of a gap there.
Does he have enough? It's got to be Hayden Gillim to the line, and he'll take the win.
Great run from both of these guys. Again, a very difficult track to pass on. Hayden Gillim looked tremendous. Here's the battle for third. Richie Escalante was able to break away from Sean Dillon Kelly in the closing laps to end up getting that final spot on the podium.
Here we go, Supersport race number 2, Utah Motorsports Campus. Lights are on. Now we're racing. A little hiccup from Hayden Gillim, but a great launch from Bobby Fong. And Escalante trying to get position, but Sean Dillon Kelly takes it away. So it's M4 X-Star Suzuki that leads the way. There he goes.
There he goes.
Oh, up the inside. Gillim doesn't care. Bobby left the door cracked.
Yep, gives him a little bit of wave.
Okay, bud, sorry about that.
Yeah, but that's what you got to do at this place, isn't it? I mean, unfortunately, you got to be aggressive here. And if you're going to leave any doors open just a little bit, you know somebody like Hayden Gillim is going to go through there. He's proven that since the first race in Atlanta.
Racing, take a look at it. It surprised all of us.
Yep.
So Look, Bobby had to get off the throttle. You can see his right hand just close that throttle almost completely.
I was just getting ready to say, too, Greg, that he wasn't able to do anything on this first lap. And Hayden just said, wait a minute, don't say that, Jay. I'm going to go ahead and do this right here in the last corner right now.
Now, Escalante. Bit of a tussle with P.J. Jacobson. So PJ at the moment closer to the front, but obviously not the race-winning package 5 laps into this race. It could come around for PJ.
You can see they're going to get close. Bobby's straight lining. And this is what you talked earlier about, Greg, when you had mentioned about, that's obviously really close. But when you were talking about trying to get that flow, you can see Hayden's kind of got that flow, and Bobby takes another shot at him, or at least had a look in turns 6 and 7. But she did.
Interesting move right there from Fong. He got off that last corner, and he looked like he had some drive on him.
He's looking pretty strong right now, is Bobby.
You know, like he did, and he just kind of got off the throttle a little bit.
Escalante just got it sideways and just didn't feel comfortable throwing it in to the turn, so he gets his bike turned around real quick.
And you're seeing 2 of them going at it right now. Aaron Graham crashed.
Oh, Aaron Graham fell over.
Oh! Looked like Bobby Fong was trying something there.
It's hard to go down the outside, though. And I think I know where Aaron Graham fell.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, there he is.
There he is. Only
white flag. This is the white flag.
Yeah, Sean Dillon Kelly pointing to something. I don't know if it was a clutch but definitely pointing to the team on the straightaway that something has gone wrong. He's trying to go, but no room. He's pinched off. Here they come through the final corner. Hayden with a little bit of wheel spin. Rear end fighting him. Here comes Bobby Fong in the drop. He goes by. Oh! No way! Bobby Fong wins the race.
Amazing.
Wow! 3/1000ths of a second. How about that margin of victory? We haven't seen a win out of the final corner here yet this weekend. And Bobby Fong.
Wow.
Perfectly timed.
And just behind those guys, Sean Dylan Kelly had a problem, obviously, in the last 2 laps, finishes 5th. PJ Jacobson's going to see himself on the podium. Bryce Prince, an incredible ride, but wow, that front pace. Unreal ride, Bobby Fong.